With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
Hello, so question is saying that identify the correct label of A, B and C in the following graphs from the option given below, right? So we have to find out these option, right? So that means we have to find out that A is denoted by which speed, right? So that is here VRMS, right? So VRMS is actually root mean square speed, right? And you can say that is VMP, that is most probable speed, right? And VAV, that is average speed, right? So we have to identify that which one is that, right? So let's start solving it. So we have here VRMS, right? So that is VRMS, right? So let's say this is our VRMS, right? So VRMS is our root mean square speed, right? So this is our root mean square speed, right? So this is root mean square speed, right? So this is a root mean square speed, right? And you can say this VRMS, right? So VRMS is equals to, which is equals to, you can see here, this value is equals to under root 3RT by M, right? We have 3 is, you can say, constant, R is our gas constant, T is our temperature, and M is our molar mass, right? So here again we have a, you can say that is VMP, right? So that is VMP, right? So VMP is our most probable speed, right? So this is most probable speed, right? So this is our most probable speed, right? So I can say this, the VMP is related as, so we have this formula that is 2RT by M, right? So here again R is our gas constant, T is our temperature, and V is our molar mass, right? So now again you can see here there is a average speed, right? So which is denoted by VAV, right? So this is our V average, right? So V average, right? So I can write that this is our average speed, right? So this is our average speed, right? So now you can see here the V average is like this, right? So I can say this V average will be like this. So you can see here V average is equals to under root 8RT by pi M, right? So this is 8RT divided by pi M, right? So this is the formula for V average speed, right? So now we have to arrange it, right? So that means we have to, you can say that we have to identify that which one is this speed, right? So A is stands for VRMS, VMP or V average, right? So we have to just identify it, right? So now actually this is a graph between speed and number of molecules, right? So this is a fraction of molecules here and this is speed, right? So this is actually, this is speed graph, right? So on the x-axis it is our speed and on the y-axis we have the number of molecules, right? So you can see in the graph, right? So now as you can see here, if I can constant this or these terms, right? So that means we are left with, that means let's say we have a particular compound having molecular mass or molar mass is M, right? And here you can at particular temperature, let's say 298 Kelvin. So this whole quantity RT by M becomes constant for a particular compound, right? So for a particular, you can say that molecule, right? So for this you can see here the RMS speed becomes equals to, right? So I can write it as RMS speed becomes equals to, if I constant all these terms RT by M is taken as constant, so I can say this VRMS, right? So VRMS is equals to, let's say it is equals to root 3, right? And V average becomes, it is equals to root 8 by pi, right? And V most probable it is equals to root 2, right? So now you can see here, if I find the value of this, so you can see here this value becomes equals to 1.73, right? So this is equal to 1.73 and this is equals to, you can see here, if I solve it, so it becomes 1.59, and if I solve it, so you can see here that is under root 2, so it becomes 1.41, right? So now you can see here the 1.73 value is more, right? So that means I can say this, if I want to arrange it, so that means VRMS speed will be more, that means root mean square speed has a more value than average speed, right? So that means after that average speed will come and after this most probable speed will come, right? So this will be the order of this speed, right? So this will be the order of this speed, right? So just you can see here, right? So just I am taking here, I'm just taking the approximate value because I'm taking the RT by M, right? So this term is I'm taking as a constant, let's say C, right? So in this term, in this formula, I'm taking this constant, overall constant, that's RT by M, right? For a particular compound this becomes constant, right? So now you can see here the RMS is equals to 1.73 and V average is equal to 1.59 and V most probable is equal to 1.41, right? So and according to this the relation becomes like this, right? That means the root mean square speed has a high value. That means if we see on the graph, you can see here in these three you can see here C has a high value of speed. That means the C compound, that means C must belong to root mean square. That means this must belong to RMS, right? So this must belong to RMS, right? And here B is our average and A is our most probable, right? So A must belong to most probable because its speed is very less, right? So its speed is very less. That means that is must belongs to most probable speed, right? So that means I can say that this A is our most probable speed, right? So this A is our most probable speed, so I can write as VMP, right? And here in between these two, this is our V average speed, right? So this is V average speed, right? So that means I can say this along this, I can say this A is our most probable speed, right? And B is our V average speed, right? And C is our VRMS, right? Root mean square speed, right? So now you can see here this is our root mean square speed, right? So VRMS, right? So now you can easily identify that which one option is correct right here, right? So now you can see here A is our most probable speed, right? So you can see here A is our most probable speed. This is our A is most probable speed because its speed is very less, right? So its speed is very less because you can see here that is 1.41 and according to this order, right? So now you can see here A is most probable speed. Now you can see here A is average and RMS, right? So this option A and option B becomes wrong, right? So now we are left with option C and option D, right? So now here you can see here in the between B is our average speed, right? So B is our average speed. So now you can see here that B is RMS, so option D will become wrong, right? So now we are left with the correct answer, that is option C, right? So in this option you can see here A is our most probable speed and B is our average speed and C is our RMS speed, right? So in this way I can say this option C will be the correct answer, right? So hope this answered your question. So thank you.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut App today.